Sorry, I just need to try and find my much better Clark Kent glasses. Placeholder, because I haven't got the time. They're not in the room. So, hang on. Right. What was I about to say? Oh, yeah, that's right. Yes. The action on this thing is unbelievable. There it is! Right. I have no idea how I did that. Okay. The Superman of 1955 has very different perspectives and worldviews to any other Superman. The Superman of 1977 is concerned with nuclear missiles being fired accidentally and flooding California and Hoboken, New Jersey, which is the place where Hoboken, New Jersey is where Miss Tessmacher's mother lives. He has to go and stop that one first. That's the one that doesn't go off. The one that doesn't go off, the one he throws into space, is the one that was going to destroy. Because the thing is, there's 2 nuclear missiles. One of them goes off. One of them goes off in a fairly unpopulated area on top of the San Andreas Fault. You know, it probably killed about, let's say, 5 figures people, because no one lives there really. Although he wouldn't have. He was such a dick. He wouldn't have adjusted the yield, and he wanted a big yield anyway because he's trying to create, you know, Arizona Bay. Let's not. We love you more than land. Anyway, land is not at a premium in Kansas, or is it? I can't even remember. Because he's from Kansas. Because Superman's from Superman. Let's get this right. Superman's from Krypton. Clark Kent is from Kansas. Lex Luthor is from Kansas. Lex Luthor's father settled in Kansas. This is true in all versions. This is even true in Smallville. You know, it's like, why is Lionel Luthor in Smallville? Because he's a corporate pirate. You know, workforce, labor. You know, look, I'll just waggle my doctors at you. There you go. Ha 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 ha. I love this. I love, you know. she showed me like some of the stuff that like her captor, who is a wizard, had shown to her as his magic. And I'm not even joking. I was like, they sell that stuff at the airport. I could crap better magic than that. And I do on a daily fucking basis. This is why it's so fucking funny. It would be tragic, but we got her out of there. Anyway. What? I can't even remember what the point of this video was. Oh, yes. Yeah. The Superman of 1955 has very different global priorities in his head. Look. Let's break it down even further. The Superman of 1938 is all about the neighborhood, right? You know, he's a social justice warrior. You know, punching the scumbag. You know, it's very interesting the people that he goes up against, because they're like, all of them are like scumbag, fire trap. I'm gonna say landlords. That's it. Yes. Exploiting landlords. Oh, I like that. I'll do that. It's in the blood, it's in the will, it's in the mighty hands of steel. When you're standing your ground. Right. Later. The prologue. And this is why I need a much better iPad. I'm sorry. Because I can't do this at home. It doesn't work. It doesn't have the battery. Yes. The Superman of 1938. One of the villains he goes up against is a corrupt taxi cab proprietor of a taxi cab company. Now break that down. Think about that. I'm a woman. I need someone to drive me somewhere. In Saudi Arabia, women are not allowed to drive. Queen Elizabeth II shocked the fuck out of King Abdullah of Saudi Arabia by driving him around Sandringham. Also, Nixon at Camp David gave Leonid Brezhnev a really good American car and then instantly regretted because he's like, I will drive you around this, I will go take it for a test drive, in Russian. And because it's on the top of a mountain, so there's like windy things. So like if you're driving up, it's like the fucking Shining. Like if you're driving up to Camp David, which is a citadel, it's an acropolis. Let's get this right. It's at the top of a hill, so it's hard to get to. It's a defensible position. So if the president wants to go and have a barbecue, which he does, if the president wants to go and walk in the woods, which he does, and why not, to get there. I mean, it's a defensible position. Like, this is it. Like, in Dr. Sleep, it's like, he's okay. He's okay with leaving her outside, going inside the hotel, when he knows that they're coming for him, that he knows that they're coming for her, leaves her in the car. This is a reference to the novel. The first novel. No, sit in the car, you'll be safe. In the novel, the car is a yellow Volkswagen with no heating. It's built in Germany. It's got no air conditioning. It hasn't even got fucking seat warmers. I mean, sit in the car, you'll be safe. In the movie, it's a red Volkswagen. Now, this is very, very, very deep stuff here, because, and I'll tell you why. It's a yellow Volkswagen, which is supposed to make you feel safe. A red Volkswagen would not make you feel safe, because, colors and everything else. It's a yellow Volkswagen, which means that it's built out of fear. Sherrod, you are. It's a yellow Volkswagen. We all live in a yellow Volkswagen Beetle. That's good. I like that. We all live in a yellow Volkswagen. Never mind. In an octopus's garden in the sea. I'd like to be under the sea, in an octopus's garden in the shade. He'll let us in I can't even remember the next one. He'll let us, like, the whole point is that octopuses are friendly and, you know, you're fine, you know. I mean, people make jokes. People seriously make jokes. The jokes are not funny. Let me tell you about this. Like, there's a joke. there's a joke. There's a joke in Red Dwarf 2, when they activate the Holly Hop drive, which is just a box with stop and start on it. The Holly Hop drive. I have done it. I mean, this is one of the best lines ever because he interrupts everything that's going on and just this is brilliant. He goes. This is what he says. He goes, "I've done it. Samuel Morse invented the Morse code." I need 2 examples. Sorry. Samuel Morse invented the Morse code. The Earl of Sandwich invented the sandwich. Plato invented the plate. Now I, Holly, have invented the Holly Hop drive. No, what is it? What is it? What is the Holly Hop drive? Holly Hop drive. How can I explain this to you? What is the Holly Hop drive? The Holly Hop drive is my friends, the Great Experiment. USS Excelsior. NX 2000. The future? It will be when they turn it into the Enterprise B. Problem is crew errors, crewing difficulties, right? NX means it's a prototype, by the way. It's not registered. It's a test bed. NX 2000. Later, when they ironed everything out, she was the NCC 2000. USS Excelsior. Captain Hikaru Sulu. My favorite captain! Okay, my favorite captain for that era. Because you have to, you know, again, context is king. TOS era, like... TOS era, you know, built for... I sometimes think I just wasn't made for these times. I can't make it do it on command. That's the worst thing. I don't know how this works. Wasn't made for these times, of course. People say that. People say I just wasn't made for these times, and it means many things. It means Exorcist 2, The Heretic. The Talons of Weng-Chiang. Often considered by many to be the greatest Doctor Who story of all time. The fans like it a lot. And Tom Baker knows that. How do we know this? How do we know this? How do we know this? Because Tom Baker knows what it's called. They tell him this. Okay. It is a wonderful experience to watch the Tom Baker years because, you know, this is how it works. John Nathan Turner is a fucking genius. Be a producer, Verity. Be a producer, John Nathan Turner. John Nathan Turner is a wonderful producer. Not just a panto. Which he does on the side because he loves it. Right. I don't need a sword. Right, so. Where is your sword? I don't need a sword. Because I'm the doctor. And this is my spoon. You know what's absolutely beautiful? That is a joke. That's an Alan Rickman joke. Alan Rickman! Alan Rickman as the Sheriff of Nottingham. You know, this, the title's wrong. Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. No. Wrong title. The title should be... I need to finish this thought. Hang on, sorry. The title should be... Sorry, you know, I need to think about this. I need to look at the gardens in front of me, and these are beautiful gardens. The wind is going, the trees are going. Oh God, it's like Twin Peaks, but with more flowers. Right. That's interesting. You know, I've never thought about that before. Trees don't have flowers. Oh, yeah, okay, what the fuck am I talking about? Of course trees have got flowers. Ah! No, sorry. I got that wrong. Deciduous trees have flowers. Coniferous trees do not. Douglas firs. Dougie. What kind of trees are these, Sheriff? Well, they're Douglas firs. Yes, I suppose he does. Get me Special Agent Chester Desmond in Fargo. What state is it in? It's not in Minneapolis. It's not in Minnesota. What's the next one over? I'm going to make it up because I haven't got time. By the way, the crime scene is fucking hilarious. The crime scene is fucking hilarious because he's busting... He's busting a school bus driver who is obviously smuggling drugs in his school bus and or probably a pederast. And all you can hear is the children screaming as they're fucking like handcuffing it. It's like, this is what... It's like, why would they even be there? Okay, I'll tell you why they would be there, because... You know, and you can only understand this joke because you can only understand this in reference to Fargo. That's the worst bit because, you know... Because I need to remember to get this right. The film does not actually take place in Fargo, Minnesota. I can't remember the name of the town, but Babe the Blue Ox is much in evidence. Also, who's the other guy? Who's the fucking giant? I need to remember this. Who? Let's do a great joke. Who is the giant woodsman who eats many breakfasts? What's his name? He's a hero to loggers because he eats 10 breakfasts at once. Over logging, the logging community. The logging community. This is very important because very, very important because I need to urinate. Sorry. Hello, crow. I can see you on the top of that chimney. You're possibly not a crow. You might be a magpie, but Oh, it's a crow. It's definitely a crow. It's flown away. Never mind. Can you hear me in there? I hope so. That's the thing about my father's house. He's got an ensuite shitter. I do not. Sorry, I need to wipe. That was unexpected, come on, Sometimes you need a piss and then you realise you need a shit as well. Might as well do both at the same time. Whoa, that's interesting. Hello, Stephen. This is Clem Fandango. Can you hear me? Yes, I can hear you, Clem Fandango. Sorry. This is going to be a to be continued because I have to do. Whew. I'm going to have to edit this. I can't just do it live. Okay, we'll do it live. All from Masters, It's called Masters. Masters. This is the thing that Kubrick teaches every director in the world, because it goes against everything that they've been taught by the people who need to get it done quickly to avoid wasting other people's money. Every filmmaker finds Kubrick and then just goes, sorry. Every filmmaker eventually finds Kubrick and then goes, because I need to tell you a story. I need to tell you a horrible story. It's very true. Because this is very important about... This is a very important thing about teaching people permissible behavior, okay? I've seen this, and I'll show you the video footage when I can. Especially prior to when Nirvana happened. Probably worse, but let's not go there. Let's not go there. There is a dark side to every myth, including Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. And I'll tell you what it is. It's all about permissiveness. All about permissiveness. Okay, so... all about permissiveness. If you live in London, and I do, and you want to go clubbing, this is a thing, this whole big thing. Central London, let's do this. Hang on. It's great. Voguing is great. Come on, babe, let's get to it. Strike a move, there's nothing to it. Ha! Illegal move! Right. Me and my best friend for many years used to go out clubbing a lot. And there was a pub very close to us on a Friday night where the DJ. This is where it's important. If the DJ is accessible, it's a very important thing. The DJ is accessible. The DJ has to be accessible to drunk people, especially drunk women. I mean, Savile claims he was the first disc jockey. He invented being a disc jockey. Savile claims that he invented being a DJ. And he probably did, except that, no. He probably did because he found a way of doing it right. He found a way of doing it that was very pleasing to the people who were dancing. He knew what the people on the dance floor wanted to hear and when. And he knew, and he knew when you put the smoochy one on, because this is how it works. He almost got it backwards. He almost got it backwards because the gig is over. That is, unless you know someone else who can play the guitar. Funnily enough, God's right hand strumming away on a beautiful fucking... I have to find out what that fucking guitar is, you know. This is not a joke. This is not a joke. The guitar went missing. The guitar went missing. You know, this is seriously like, you know, Tenet stuff. You know, this is the Bank of Calabraxos. Marty McFly. It's not Marty McFly's guitar. Sorry, fucking hell. What's the name of the guy who slashes his hand open, breaking into the back of his own car? Because this is what happens. No shit. Hang on. I need to figure out how this works. Okay. The car... Oh no, I'm figuring out how this works. The car has obviously got... Okay. How... Okay. They run outside. No. How does this work? How does this work? How does this work? Hang on. Sorry. Because it can't work. It cannot fucking work. This is what happens. You know. You know, there are problems in masculinity. Many problems. Okay. What was the original offense? We have to understand this. We have to understand this, you know. Because this is what's been happening. Sorry. That's a woodsman's move, right? Okay, because... It's a pornography joke. It's a pornography joke. He's a woodsman. Okay? What does this mean? A woodsman is someone who can produce a sustainable erection on demand and keep it there. This is not easy to do. You know. It might help. I mean, it might fucking help if he was a robot. If he was a tin woodsman. You know. I mean, obviously... He's not a robot. He's not a robot. Let's get this right. Get this right. You know, he's not a robot. The not a robot. He was in love with the Wicked Witch of the East. He saw her beauty. He loved her. He loved her. He loved dancing with her. In the wheelchair. In the fucking wheelchair. She was so happy. Happy beyond words. And you know what happened? This is what happened. This is what happened. She's in the wheelchair. You know, this is why it's very important. You put it on film. You put it on film. And let me get this right. You put it on film. Not the same as doing it on the stage. You put it on the film, right? This is the first time the Wicked Witch of the East could actually be played by a genuine wheelchair user. Exactly like... What is her name? What is her name? What is her name? What is her name? The 57th Scientific Advisory Unit is... Because the next one is the little guy. The next one is the little guy. Who I fucking love, by the way. The little guy is not in The War Between the Lands and the Sea. God bless him. Although having said that, neither is the Vlinks. God, I love the Vlinks. The Vlinks is my... Oh! The idea is... I mean, this is Men in Black done right, you know, because, you know... I mean, I mean, Men in Black, 1997. Men in Black 2, 2001. God, I wish... Okay. I don't have my sunglasses in this room, so for this to work... Nod your head! Let me see you nod your head! Oh, woo! Nod your head! Oh, woo! Let me see you nod your head! Oh, No, this won't work without... It won't work visually without the sunglasses. So, fill it in. It's a work of imagination. You know, he does this for his children. Very important. And then he went and joined the Church of fucking Scientology. God, no. Fucking hell. Woo! See, the problem is, this is a huge problem. There's a huge problem because, let me tell you why this is a problem. This is a Quincy Jones thing, right? Let's say, for the sake of argument, I love the sake of argument, Quincy Jones, Q, What is the Q? Michael is the A. Right. Here's how it works. That's Quincy Jones, right? He set up sex rings in Hollywood, right? Which he did do that. Now, he brought in Fresh Prince. Woo! Now, let me get this right. I need to remember the name of the film. Because it's a very important film that I've never seen. About con artists. Right? Okay. You know, this is, I can't remember the name of the film. But the point is, this is what happens. There's this guy wandering around in Central Park. He's about to have, you know, he's wandering around in Central Park. Extremely rich, very professional. All of his friends are there. He's wandering around in Central Park, okay? And he runs into a fantastic confidence trickster. Played by William T. Smith, Sr. One of the things that happens, I've never seen the film, but I know this is what happens. One of the things that happens in the film that we can't call him Will Smith. Sorry. Hello, Mother.
What are you doing? Banging on the window?
Creating art.
Are you ready to go?
When I finish creating my art, I'll be ready to go.
Leave that bed alone. It's not your bed, it's our bed. Leave it alone.
I'll put it back the way...
No, I want you out. I've had enough of this, you shouting out the window. I don't know what the neighbours must think.
Neighbours must think that art's going on. I like that jumper. You know what it tells me?
No.
That tells me that you're being very German.
You had a clean t-shirt in there. Have you had a shower?
Not yet.
Oh, for God's sake, Paul. This is beyond a joke. What the hell is the matter with you? It's stopped raining. If you want to go home, go.
I don't want to go home yet.
Well, we want you to go home, and I'm not joking. You've ruined this day.
Why?
Because of all this shouting and bellowing and carrying on.
Bellowing?
Yes.
You can fucking talk.
It's my house. If we came and camped in your flat, not that we'd be able to get in there, you'd complain.
I do complain all the time. No. That's not... No. I take that back. I take that back.
What?
I do not complain. Ever.
You do nothing but.
No.
Shouting at people who are trying to eat their food and discuss